Campground rates continue to rise and rise and rise, and some private campgrounds now charge over $100 a night. But here's the thing, if you know where to look, there are discounts everywhere. In this video, I'm breaking down every campground discount that actually works in 2025, from free nights to memberships you might already have to big savings through campground passes and more. I'm Jason Epperson, and this is RV Miles. Welcome back, everybody. Whether you travel full time or just a few weekends a year, camping shouldn't break the bank. That's why we all do it in the first place. It's supposed to be an affordable way to travel. So let's dive into the best ways to save on paid campsites. And trust me, some of these are hidden in plain sight. First of all, let's start with the stuff that costs you nothing. One of the most common discounts out there is for veterans and first responders. Just like at stores and restaurants, many campgrounds offer 10% off or more for service members, as well as firefighters, police officers, sometimes even teachers. Some county parks in particular go even further. They might have free camping weekends just for veterans. I've seen that often, especially in smaller county run parks. So check locally, you might be surprised as to what's offered in your area. Next up, though, is one of the biggest ways people can save money camping, but you got to fit in one of a couple groups in order to get this discount. The America the Beautiful Senior Pass. If you're 62 or older and a US citizen or a permanent resident, you can get this pass for $20 a year or $80 for a lifetime. It gets you into national parks and other recreation lands free and gives you 50% off camping at federal campgrounds, unless it's run by a concessionaire, in which case it can be hit or miss. Usually it's not going to apply, but even then, it's worth asking. It's good at National Park Service sites, US Forest Service, Army Corps of Engineers, Bureau of Land Management, and more. Thousands of campgrounds. There's also the free Federal Access Pass, which is for folks with permanent disabilities. It comes with the same camping and entry discounts as the Senior Pass, and it's for lots of different disabilities. You don't have to have a mobility disability that would qualify you for instance, a disabled parking placard. There are more disabilities that count as long as it is a permanent disability. You can get these passes online for $10 fee or in person at any fee charging federal recreation area. As long as they've got a cash register, they can probably sell you one. There's a veteran pass as well, but it only offers admission, not a discount on camping. Some states, though, do have discounts for veterans and first responders at their state parks and county parks as well. Some state and county parks offer discounts to residents too. Idaho, for example, charges more for out of staters in a lot of their parks. But I like to think of that as a resident discount. At least I would if I was a resident of Idaho. Check with your state park system to see if they offer any similar programs. Now, here's a hidden gem: city and municipal parks. A lot of smaller towns have little city parks that offer low cost or even free camping. It's designed to bring in tourists. Often they even have hookups. They're usually first come, first served, but if you're passing through, they can be a great overnight stop. I know several times we've passed through the Oklahoma City area along Route 66 and I-40. Some of those little towns just outside of Oklahoma City have little mini campgrounds that you can stay at very affordably. Military fam camps are another option for those in the military community. These are on-base campgrounds available mostly to active duty service members. They're also open to military retirees, National Guard, reservists, and veterans with a service connected disability, not necessarily all veterans. Prices are usually reasonable and they're often located in convenient spots. Our friends Phil and Stacy over at Today is Someday have a great in-depth article on fam camps that I'll link to in the description. Take a look at it if you think you might qualify, because there are a lot of things to know if you want to stay at one of these places. Some county parks, municipal parks, and family-run parks sometimes offer loyalty punch cards. Stay 4 nights, get the 5th night free, that sort of thing. And don't overlook email lists and social media. Campgrounds may offer special discounts to their followers, such as early booking deals, off-peak discounts, or last-minute specials. Yeah, your inbox might get a little crowded, especially if you stay at a lot of campgrounds, but it can be worth it if there's a park you visit regularly. And one more thing in the free section, some campground chains like Jellystone have free rewards programs. Jellystone is a chain of sort of family friendly campgrounds based around the Yogi Bear franchise. The Club Yogi Rewards program lets you earn points on every dollar you spend, and you can redeem those for free nights. It doesn't cost you anything to join, so it's kind of a no brainer if you do stay at those parks. They are expensive in the first place, so it's not a reason to go to one. So much more in a moment, including a big way to get 50% off nights at campgrounds. But first, this episode is sponsored by RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. If you are driving around in an RV, the reason you bought that thing is to carry around a kitchen and a bedroom with you. You might as well have a good night's sleep in it. It's why you bought it. Pull out that awful mattress that came with it and put a real mattress in from a real mattress company. RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding offers mattresses from a real mattress company manufactured at their factory in Arizona, shipped to you wherever you are, that fit all the different odd sizes that RV manufacturers put in these things. They're toxin free. They have a 120-night sleep trial, and we have had them in our last 3 RVs, and we have them in all of the beds in our house because they are real mattresses. The best part is you get 30% off for being a member of the RV Miles community. It's the best deal they ever offer. 30% off with the code RV Miles over at rvmattress.com/RV Miles. I'll put a link in the description below. Okay, next up, memberships you might already have. You might already be sitting on some discounts and not even know it. Organizations like AAA and AARP often get you 10% off of campgrounds. You might not see it advertised. Sometimes you have to call and ask or click through a drop down menu on a campground's website. Then there are camping specific organizations like the long storied FMCA, which is now called the Family RV Association, that gets you discounts at affiliated parks. Smaller regional clubs like the North American Family Campers Association can also come in with some perks, especially in the Northeast. And if you're a member of the Elks or Moose Lodges, you might be able to camp on their properties, sometimes even for free. Some have full hookup sites that are only available to members. It costs to be a member, and usually you have to be vouched for by someone to become a member, but I know a lot of serious campers use Elks Lodges quite a bit. And also look in your local area for a conservation club. We have a conservation club here. They have 100 acres. It costs $70 a year to be a member, and I can camp there for free whenever I want to. Next up, paid discount club memberships. Let's talk about the ones that cost a little bit, but can save you a lot. Good Sam is probably the most well-known. For $39 a year, you get 10% off a huge network of campgrounds. And this used to be the gold standard because they would send you this catalog that also rated the campgrounds. And it was really the only way pre-internet to get ratings on campgrounds. And a lot of parks would be affiliated with Good Sam and give you that 10% discount just so they could get into the catalog, because a lot of people would only stay at Good Sam affiliated campgrounds. These days, it's not as big of a deal. Good Sam is owned by dealership chain Camping World, and it's really not a club anymore. But they do still offer that 10% discount at thousands of campgrounds around the country. A lot of those parks also give discounts to folks like AAA members or veterans or other organizations. So you might not really need this anymore. If you shop at Camping World, you get a little discount there as well. It can make it worthwhile, but if you have certain levels of their membership, you can also get a discount for fuel at Pilot Flying J. We're finding the Good Sam membership to be less and less useful for us. KOA Rewards is another big one. It's $36 a year and you get 10% off a night right away at any KOA campground. KOA is the largest chain of campgrounds in the US. There's 500 plus of them. If you camp at a lot of KOAs, this one pays for itself pretty fast, just in a couple of nights. And you earn points if you're a KOA member, which can lead to additional cash discounts and free nights. And if you get 20,000 points in a year, you become a VIP member, and that waives your $39 membership fee for next year and gets you perks like waived cancellation fees. Harvest Hosts is known for its winery and farm stays, but did you know they also offer campground discounts through their partner program? This includes big names like KOA, Sun Outdoors, Jellystone, and more. You can save decent money, and they often throw in extras through this rewards program like free Wi-Fi or late checkout. And you get it just from being a Harvest Host member or one of their other programs. Harvest Host also owns Boondockers Welcome and the Escapees Club. So if you're a member of any of those things, or all three if you've got the the big Harvest Host membership, you get access to these campground discounts. So make sure to check for them. Passport America is one that we used to use frequently, and it fell off our radar for a while, but I've been looking back into it because a lot of people have been saying that they're using it still, and I didn't realize that. And I went back to their website to research this video and found they've really overhauled it significantly. But Passport America gives you 50% off thousands of campsites for $49 a year. Now, there's some caveats to that, of course, but it still can be a really good deal. Sometimes it's only available for weeknights or for short stays. So maybe you can only get it for up to 3 days, or you can only get it for Thursday and Friday if you book Saturday and Sunday, something like that. And the availability can be limited. It can be only for certain months out of the year, like the off season. So if you're booking a campground in Tucson, Arizona, it might only be available for June, July, and August. But if you're headed that way anyway, 50% off is going to pay for itself with one night stay at a lot of these places. So it doesn't really take much to get your money back. This is probably the biggest discount program in the bunch. And I'm sad to say we haven't been using it in the last few years. And I am renewing that membership right now after researching this video. All right, the next segment, camping passes. So this is kind of a step above the sort of discount memberships. Camping passes are almost like timeshares in a sort of way, and they're a lot more expensive. So things like Thousand Trails, Coast to Coast, RPI, these are campground ownership groups that offer access to their network of campgrounds, but you pay a big chunk up front, thousands of dollars often. Thousand Trails is probably the best known one. They have regional passes and national memberships. A lot of full-time RVers use Thousand Trails and are able to get their camping costs down to like 5 or 10 bucks a night when it all averages out. We have never used them because we're just not those type of campers, and we like to travel to lots of different places. We like to stay in national parks and stuff. But if you're really focused on just living as cheaply as possible on the road, this is a really good option. Each of the different Thousand Trails memberships has lots of rules, so it's something to really dive deep and look into. There are lots of YouTube videos on this, so just don't take my word for it. Go and look at some of the in-depth reviews of Thousand Trails. It can be a great way to save. Just know that the cheaper memberships come with shorter booking windows, which can make it harder to get spots at some of the most popular parks. Other systems like Coast to Coast and Resort Parks International are similar. Sometimes they're pitched through high pressure sales tactics. I know I've stayed at Oasis RV Resort in Las Vegas a few times, which is a coast to coast park. And there is a lady there that gives you the hard sell when you're walking in the door there. Not the folks at the desk, but she'll start chatting you up when you're walking in the front door and try to give you a really high pressured sales pitch. So take the time to research them, say no to those folks, and see if they're a good fit for you or not. And don't forget state specific passes. States like New Mexico and Washington offer annual camping passes that reduce nightly rates. Some even let out of staters buy them. So if you're going to spend a lot of time in one state, it's worth looking in to see if that state has a camping pass. All right, let's wrap up with booking sites to help you find deals. CampSpot is one of the biggest reservation platforms out there. So this is a site that RV parks and campgrounds use across the country to sort of manage their bookings. And you can often find deals there. They have a deals near me page. It's really nice, actually. I pulled it up. It's just campspot.com/deals, and it instantly showed me a lot of deals in my area. And you can find things like 30% off weeknights, military and first responder discounts, and stuff like that are listed in there, and other promo codes as well. Spot Tonight is another good one, especially for last minute bookings. Their whole purpose is kind of like you're coming into an area and you want to find a campground that's not full and site availability and book it right there. And you can do that through the Spot Tonight app, but they often have 10% off or so deals, and you can see last minute availability right there on the website or the app. And then there's the Dirt. If you're a Dirt Pro member, you can get up to 40% off thousands of campgrounds across the country as well. A few final tricks to keep in your back pocket. Ask about weekly or monthly rates. A lot of us know about monthly stays in campgrounds, and they can be significantly cheaper than the nightly rate, like half of it. But a lot of people don't think about weekly rates. If you're planning on staying 4 or 5 days in an area, maybe just extend it to 7 days and see if a campground has a weekly rate. You can usually save at least a day's worth of camping off of a weekly rate. And if you travel midweek or during off-peak seasons, a lot of campgrounds are now using dynamic pricing. Like it or not, the price of the campsite changes depending on the day, the season, whether that campground's booked up or not. So if you're traveling when that campground's not full, prices can be lower. And always just ask if they offer any discounts, even if it's not listed. You might uncover something like a Good Sam rate or a military discount just by asking. I know it's annoying to not book online, to actually call and all that, but they might not list some of these discounts online and you might have to call in order to get them. And finally, sometimes it is possible to stack your discounts at least a little bit. For example, you might get a Harvest Host partner discount at KOA campgrounds, but you're just getting a code from Harvest Host to put into the KOA website. You're not going to get another 10% off with your KOA rewards, but you will earn points at the same time. So figure out ways you can do that sort of stuff. So there you have it. Those are the ways I know to stop overpaying for campsites, other than boondocking, of course. I would love to know in the comments some of your ideas if you have them, whether it's using the right memberships or finding the right pass or just being savvy about how and when you book. These are strategies that can actually work. We use them all the time. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more RV tips and travel ideas. Drop your favorite way to save on camping in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.